Yasharala. I want to get infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to my elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone. Salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashak, Yahweh Shai, pushing the beloved true across the four winds. Shalom, one of you brothers. A few aqua that take heed to this beloved doctrine of life. All right, I'm going to just, on this topic, I'm going to tear down this stronghold about the tribe of Judah being black and niggers. You know, that was coined to us by our oppressors, our conquerors, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. And the reason I'm doing it is because, like, when I was growing up, our people, all right, we're educated by the so-called white man. So everything we knew when we were about over here to the shores of America, he educated us, all right? He beat our customs and culture out of us. We were discontinued from our heritage. Like, if you ask most Negroes, so-called Negroes here in America, what did their language, did their ancestors speak before they were brought here into America, they don't know. They don't know our dress. They don't know our culture. They don't know our customs. All they know is that the so-called white man told us we was niggers running around in Africa with bones in our noses and bananas up our asses, right? So when I used to go to school, I have a dark hue. You know, I'm dark-skinned. Our people were so fucked up and esteems were so low, they would tease me for being black. Oh, black-ass nigga, you're black as tar. And where did they get that from? They got that from the oppressor, all right? And our people are not educated, you know, and we have gotten enlightened and enriched through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai when he let his Holy Spirit descend on us, upon us and open up our understanding. He took the plugs out our ears and opened up our eyes, and now that we could see. And he's properly educated us, okay? You know, it's not a lot of things that you could pull over our eyes, because the Lord said our people perish for a lack of knowledge, and that's what he's given to his servants, the prophets. He say he's taught us with all I get understanding, get knowledge. So when you go into the word, what we've been coined black niggers, all right, and you look at the laws that govern the so-called white man, you go in the etymology of those words, and you know, the Lord put the spirit on you to read these things. You see that the so-called white man is really the black entity on the planet Earth. He's really the dark, foul-ass spirit. He's really the niggard. When you go into the word niggardly and niggard, he fits the description of both of those words. And that's why it's written in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, it say the joy of the hypocrite is for but a moment. He's the nigger, all right? He's the black, dark piece of shit, you know? And that's what I'm about to go into. Just tear down these lies that our people hold fast to themselves. Our people embrace being called niggers, man. That's a degrading word. Yes, you could go say the word nigger means black, you know, but according to the way the so-called white man use it, you know, they're not saying, oh, you black. You're like niggard when you read Acts the 13th chapter, and it just meant he had dark skin. Now, they're not saying it like that. They're saying it because they feel you're a nincompoop. They feel you're disorderly, all right? They feel you're less than nothing. They're using the word from that perspective, okay? And you're not supposed to embrace that word. We're not black. We're different shades of brown, okay? So I'm going to start off in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12. All right, we have different hues, man. We have the ground. When you look in the ground, you got sand, which is light brown, okay, and the deep, and you go topsoil, you know, which is brown, caramel brown, you know. Well, topsoil is actually black, dark black, all right. But the deeper you dig in the ground, the darker the dirt is, the mud, the soil is, and the more you come, the higher you come up, you got silt, you got clay. Clay be red, you know what I'm saying? And we're as the ground. The Lord created us from the ground, and we're different shades of brown. The soil is brown. It's just different shades of brown. You have dark brown, all right, and you have light brown, okay? So I'm going to start off in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12. Therefore, let us wait. Salakia. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, all right? And this is the so-called white man. This is the spirit he's in, okay? And the righteous is the elect of the nation Israel, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and people of Hispanic descent, okay? And the so-called white man know that we're two different manner of people. He know we don't live like him. Our people just have been bewitched through his educational industrial complex and his philosophies since we've been here in America, okay? He know that we're not the same. Naturally, our people not into the LGBTQ stuff, all right? Our people, that stuff has been pushed on our people through philosophy here in America, all right? We stoned, and before we came here to the shores of America, if somebody was a Bati boy, we stoned them. We put them down. That was our culture and our customs, okay? And he is clean contrary to our doings, all right? We don't move like this devil, okay? We're not about killing babies, all right? Doing abortion, okay? He taught our people that. He taught our people how to be wicked. And when you understand what went on in the book of Genesis, the Lord set him up to teach us both different sides of the spectrum, all right? The Lord, to be a good judge, you have to know about good and evil. Okay, it was all set up through the spirit. Okay, he upbraided us without offending the law. And what did the so-called white man do through his seminary doctrine? He made void the law. He said the law of Moses is done away with. So where there's no law, there's no transgression. And what do you have? You have a lawless society, an adulterous society. All right, and he did that because he's contrary to. He's contrary to our doings. He objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education. And what is infamy? Infamy is somebody who became famous for doing something bad, doing something wicked. We object what he did to Native Americans. We object what he did to so-called Mexicans by taking their land, okay? We object what he did to Aztec, the Incas, the Mayans, using chemical warfare to take them down. We object what he did to so-called Negroes, so-called Haitians, so-called Jamaicans, Bahamians, all those dark-skinned tribes of the West Indian islands. Okay, we object. We object to that. The elect of us. I don't want Rogers to win that righteous number. Okay, he got famous because of those atrocities he committed against us. He became the most powerful nation on the earth because of those things he did, okay? And the transgressions of our education, and that's what this sit-down is about, all right? Tearing down them strongholds, his foul-ass, abominable-ass philosophies that he's taught our people, okay? We got to tear that shit up, okay? Cast that shit down. That's what the Lord raised up his servants, the prophets, for, all right? This warfare is a mental warfare. All right, he professes to have the knowledge of Yahweh. What does knowledge dwell? In your mind, okay? And we feel we're those men, all right? The Lord has poured his spirit on us. We understand the scriptures. We know our nationality. He's put these things back into our remembrance. So we definitely believe we're the sons of the power. And he called himself the child of the Lord. You fucking right. Yes, indeed. Okay? He was made to reprove our thoughts, and that's what we're about to do. We're reproving and rebuking this goddamn devil, all right? His educational industrial complex, where he deceived the nations, all right? We're to tear that shit down. Now, let's look at this word black, and let's see who it fits, and let's see what he's taught our people, okay? All right? And this is the word black. It says, having the very dark color of the night sky, or the eye's pupil, or the color black. Black, or less commonly, black. And so that means white, being white is commonly, and this is something you also have to know. White is being white, having pale skin is a recessive gene. All right. Having blue eyes and green eyes is a recessive gene. It's weak. All right. If you got to put sunscreen on you to walk outside, that means you're weak. You're a degenerate. Okay. You got to have on glasses because when the sun burns your eyes because they're weak. All right. You're a degenerate. All right. These are degenerate, clean lepers. Okay. All right. I'm about to get Song of Solomon because this damn devil. In that definition, he say black is less common. Let's see what the Holy Bible says. All right. This is King Solomon. All right. Our great King Solomon. He said, I am black, but comely. All right. He said he was black and comely. Okay. But the so-called white man say being black is less comely. O you daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. All right. And when you go into that word Kedar, it means having dark skin, to be dark. All right. It doesn't mean, and they use the word black, but all right, we're different shades of brown. Okay. You look up that word, it means to have dark skin. We have dark skin, but we're not black. All right. If you put the color black to our skin tone, it's not black. It's always darker than us. We're different shades of brown, as the curtains of Solomon. Okay. All right. Look not upon me because I am black. All right. Dark skinned, because the sun have looked upon me. The sun do us good. All right. When we stand in the sun, man, vitamin E start glistening out of us. When the so-called white man get in the sun, he start getting sunburned. All right. He starts melting. He starts getting sun cancer. All right. The sun kisses us. All right. The sun kisses us. The sun have looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. Okay. So the sun does us good, man. Okay. And let's get back to these words. Are relating, all right, of relating, they're going to say being black is less comely, all right? Then look what they're going to say right behind that. Of or relating to any various population or group of especially African ancestry, often considered as having dark pigmentation of the skin, but in fact having a wide range of skin colors. Now this is, and it says black Americans. Now look, they say we less commonly. Now this is according to who? The so-called white man. All right. This is according to the so-called white man. He say we're less commonly. All right. And this gets in our people's psyche and they believe this shit. First off, we're not of African ancestry. We're not Hamites. All right. The black Americans here in America are the sons of the tribe of Judah. All right. Bun Yahawada. Okay, the sons of Judah. We come from the waters of Judah. All right. So-called Jamaicans, they're dark skinned. They come from the loins of Benjamin. The Haitians, they come from the loins of the southern. They're the southern kingdom, who I'm naming, from the loins of Levi. Okay. We're dark skinned people. We're blessed. All right. Are of or relating to black people, and often especially to African American people, or their culture. All right. So let's see what they say about the color black. All right. Listen, look at this shit. Characterized by the absence of light, dirty, soiled. So we dirty, we soiled. All right. Reflecting or transmitting light, or light, little or no light. All right. And that's, nothing's wrong with that. That's dark. Served without milk or cream. All right, now here go the point I want to get. Black is likened to sinister or evil or wicked, according to the so-called white man. So he said, we're black people, okay, African Americans, and what's the synonym that goes along with being black? Sinister or evil, indicative of condemnation or discredit, okay? Connected with or invoking the supernatural and especially the devil, all right? This is what the so-called white man says about us Negroes here in America, all right? But when you look at the word evil, what is the word evil? How is a person evil according to the scriptures? How is a person wicked according to the scriptures? That's what you got. That's where the Lord has opened up our eyes and give us understanding. Let's see what makes a person wicked or evil according to the scriptures, okay? All right? I'm about to get the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 13. All right? And it reads, for until the law, sin was in the world. All right? A person that sin is wicked. When you commit sin, you commit wicked. You're a wicked. Is another word for sin is wickedness, evil. Okay? But sin is not imputed where there is no law. Okay? So where there's no law, there's no transgression. But for you to be evil or wicked, all right, you have to sin. All right? You have to be a sinner. Okay? That's what make you evil or wicked. Now, when you look at the government system this devil has implemented, this is a sinful, lawless society. He said 2 men can marry. That's a wicked motherfucker. He said a woman could kill a baby in her belly. That's sinful. This is a law that he's created. All right? The law tell us to do what? You see a sodomite, you stone him. You put him out his misery. But here in America, the so-called white man gives them liberty. All right? He gives them rights. So who fits that description of black then? All right? It says to be evil. So who is the real evil one? Who goes in people's countries and bond them under false pretenses and robs those countries out of their natural resources? It ain't the black people in America doing that shit. All right? Who went to Libya and bombed Libya? Who went to Syria and bombed Syria? Okay? Who's over there in Palestine bombing people trying to survive? All right? Not even bombing Hamas, just bombing civilians. So-called white man. He's the evil one. Look at all the bloodshed he's committed since he's been in the power seat. Even when niggas over here killing each other every day in America, it still doesn't amount to all of the bloodshed the so-called white man does day in and day out across the planet Earth. He's the wicked one, okay? He fits that the description of sinister, evil, wicked. Just to create a nuclear bomb is sinister. Why would you create a weapon of mass destruction that can destroy you and your offspring, your goddamn self? That's somebody with evil intentions. Evil fucking Knievel. He's the black motherfucker on the planet Earth. Okay? Let's get some precept. Let's see what the Holy Bible has to say about a motherfucker with a dark countenance in black, okay? This is Job chapter 10, verse 22. And it reads, a land of darkness, all right? And what makes a land dark is when there's no truth in the land, all right? When you read Acts 13 and 47, the Lord told us to go be a light to the Gentiles, all right? And where you going to be a light to the Gentiles? What that word light is synonymous with truth, all right? Here in America, there's no truth. We've been taught number lies, so this is a dark land, all right? And who's over this dark land? The so-called white man. So what does that make him? He's dark. He's wicked. As darkness itself. Just the simple fact he's telling us we're African Americans, and he knows the truth. He knows that we are not African Americans. He knows we didn't descend from the loins of Ham. All right, the elites know that. All right, that makes him a dark motherfucker because he's a liar. He's a transgressor. He's evil. All right, as darkness itself. All right, the Lord say he in John the 8th chapter, he's the father of lies. So he's the father of darkness. It said he was a murderer from the beginning. The same spirit that inhabited Cain inhabits the so-called white race. And of the shadow of death. All right. And what does death mean? Death means being void of light, void of the truth. All right. This devil doesn't tell you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and people of Hispanic descent that you are the children, the people of the book. All right. He don't tell y'all the children of Israel. He has you in the land of the valley of the shadow of death, and all he does is pumping in you is lies, lies, lies. He gives you hip-hop. He gives you black culture. He glamorizes it, all right? He gives you celebrities, all right? All that should do is bring forth death, all right? Black culture is death. Rap, hip-hop, gangster rap is death. R&B is death. All it does is promote fucking adultery, okay? Without any order. There ain't no order. How do we get law and order? All right, when the Lord gave us those laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, when he said, let me make man in my own image. All right, he said, as it is in heaven, and let it be on earth. It's perfect, harmonious order in the heavens. So the Lord gave Moses that blessed law to give the nation of Israel so we can have order. But so what does the so-called white man do? He makes void the law. All right, let's get that. Let's get that. He's made void the law. I'm going to bring out the scripture too I just saw. All right, this is Psalms 119 and 126. It is time for the Lord, for Yahweh to work. And the brother was saying it's time for you to judge. It's time for you to come subdue. For they have made void thy law. All right, they made this world a lawless society. Who made void the law? Who taught us the Bible and told us the law is done away with? You don't have to read the Old Testament. The so-called white man. He taught our ancestors that. He made void the law. All right? He's a piece of shit. Okay? A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order. All right? And the law is what gave us order. Galatians 3, I always bring it out. The law was our schoolmaster to bring us to Yahushua. The law gave us laws and order. And where the light is darkness, all right? The so-called white man light, when he so-called telling you the truth, is nothing more than darkness, all right? All it's going to do is lead you into the ditch, into the lake of fire, all right? So who's the real black motherfucker? It's him. He's the black entity. He's darkness. He's death. Black represents death. He's a fucking black crow. Okay? All right? This is Job 12 and 22. All right? And it reads, he discovereth deep things out of darkness and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. Okay? He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlarges the nations and straightens them again. All right, that's talking about our Lord. But let me go back to 22. He discovered deep things out of darkness. And look, the deep things that's coming out of darkness is the nation of Israel waking up. All right, we were in darkness. All right, we were in outer darkness. We were void of the truth. We were void of law and order. All right, and he bring out to light the shadow of death. He bring out to light the shadow of death, all right? So the Lord is pulling us out the shadow of death. He's pulling us out of the laws that the so-called white man has taught us. The philosophies the so-called white man has put up on us, the Lord has woke us up, and now we know we were taught nothing more than lies. We know the father of lies conquered us, subdued us, and he put his education in us. Now the Lord has done what? Pull light out of that darkness, okay? All right. All right. And this is what happened to us. Let me go down to 24. He taketh away the heart of the chief people of the earth. We were the chief people of the earth and caused them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. America is that wilderness that we've been wandering. And what? We've been void of light. All right. We've been in the white man's kingdom, which is the wilderness. And why is it a wilderness? Because it ain't no truth here. All right? It's not a thriving metropolis. This is hell here in America. All right? You got transvestites walking everywhere. All right? With liberty and proud. Okay? You got pedophiles everywhere. All right? You got this devil passing unrighteous decrees. Everything is GMO. All right? This is a wilderness. All right? The Lord has put us in slippery places, but he's waking us up. They grope in the dark without light. See, when you're here in America and you are drunk off the white man's educational system, you're without light. You don't know the truth. Now the Lord has gave a small remnant the truth, and he maketh them to stagger like drunken men. All right? So who is he using to give us that wicked wine, according to Habakkuk the 2nd chapter? All right? So he can look up on our nakedness. It's the so-called white man. It say, woe to him that give his neighbor strong drink. The so-called white man, and that strong drink represents lies. So he can look up on our nakedness, so he can take advantage of us. Because he knows knowledge is power. He know our people perish for lack of knowledge. All right? He know when we transgress the Lord is going to be against us. So he teaches our people lies. He's the dark entity. He's the piece of shit. He's the carnal piece of shit. Nothing spiritual about this nigga. He's a niggard. Yes, the so-called white man is a niggard. Okay? And if he's not the Bible, the devil the Bible speak of, who is? Okay? All right. Let me get let's go to that black horse. All right. Who's gonna bring it in this final hour? This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. All right. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his head. And these balances represent yokes, bondage. Okay? And this is what the so-called white man is going to do. He's going to cause all people on the earth, small and great, to get this digital certificate. All right? And the way he's going to do it is through this money system. He's going to put yokes on the people's way to get resources, because he controls the money system. All right? So he's going to cut off the lights. Okay? He's going to shut down the 18-wheelers. He's going to cut off the water. All right? And then he's going to hyperinflate everything in America. Okay? So he's going to bring in calamities because he's a black entity. He's going to bring in calamities because he's a black entity. He's going to be doing it all on purpose by design. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny and a measure of barley for a penny. So that's hyperinflation. All right. When that word penny goes into denarius, and it was a full day's work. All right. A full day's work, you could get much more than a measure of wheat and a measure of barley. Barley is cheaper than wheat. Okay. 10 asses equals 1 denarius. So you could probably get a measure of wheat with 1 ass. Okay. When you understand the Roman coin, okay? And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And the oil and the wine is what woke us up. That's this truth, okay? He can't take away this truth. He wants to destroy this truth, but he can't, all right? And say the Lord gives man wisdom in the book of James, and he upbraideth not. So he can't take this away from us. But he's that black horse, all right? He's the one that the spirit of the black horse, all right, envelops, okay? He's the one that's putting yokes on the people and bringing in hyperinflation, because those corporate bankers, those Jewish rats, they're the one that control the money system. And that's what that's going into, okay? It's going into slavery and putting yokes on people, all right? That's what that devil did us, okay? He put us in hardcore bondage, all right? This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. I'm going to start at verse 52. And it reads, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which had led a weary life. We led a weary life, all right? But the Lord is going to defend us. And that weary life represents we was We slipped in the darkness. We got a song called Slipping in the Darkness. We went into the darkness, all right? We was like the heathen round about us, okay? And most of our people still are living a weary life. Whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. And when you're wicked, you're dark, all right? When you're wicked, you're black, okay? It has nothing to do with skin color, all right? Wickedness represents black. Being a transgressor, you're black, all right? You're dark. You're living in the land of darkness. And that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endure forever. This was going to happen for the elect. Wherein is security, medicine, since we shall we not enter into it? And that was Ezra asking the angel, man, look, is the Lord going to be merciful to us? All right? We're in captivity. Okay? Our enemies ruling over us. All right? He gave us all these promises. Are we going to be able to walk into it? Okay? We're in hell. We're in darkness, you know, but the Lord was opening up. The Lord was dealing with that, brother. You know, that was an intelligent question because he was looking at the state of our people at the time. For we have walked in unpleasant places. We have walked in the ways of the so-called white man. We follow his philosophies. That's an unpleasant place. That's darkness. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine. You see, when you have this truth, you're illuminated. You're enriched. You're enlightened above the stars. Whereas our faces shall be black than darkness. Okay? Nah, brother, you one of those men, Ezra. Okay? The Lord is going to have mercy on the remnant. Okay? And we're going to shine above the stars. All right? We're going to have an aura coming from us. All right? We're those lights. All right? We those lively stones. All right? We are those stones of fire. I don't want righteous out win that righteous number. We have the truth, so we're shining right now. The Lord said, be a light to the Gentiles. Let your light shine. Okay? You don't get a candle and put it under the bed. All right? The Lord had that candle burning in us. All right? The so-called white man don't have no light. He don't have no candle burning in him. He's darkness. He's a nigger. For while we live and committed iniquity, all right? Now when we committed iniquity, all right, when you do live like a nigger, you're black, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. And that's what's going to happen to 2/3 of our people and the so-called white man, because he's walking iniquity. He's walking sin. He's the man of sin. He's a nigger, okay? He's a fucking nigger. Because he's void of the truth. He's void of light, okay? He don't have the truth. Okay? In fact, let's see what the word nigger means. Let's get the word nigger. Fucking nigger. This is the so-called white man. He's the nigger. All right? This is the definition from Merriam-Webster. And it says niggard. All right? Let's see what it means. A meanly covetous and stingy person. All right? A meanly covetous and stingy person. So let's see who fits that description in the scriptures. All right. Let's see who fits that criteria. All right. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, woe to them that divide. All right. What happened to the Native Americans? Somebody devised a wicked scheme, all right, to overtake them. They did all kind of fake contracts and broke them and took their land inch by inch, all right, mile by mile, okay, kilometer by kilometer, all right, by wicked schemes that they devised. Who did that? The so-called white man, and work evil upon their beds, and they're doing it to this day. They're behind in smoke-filled rooms, behind a curtain, wicking up schemes, how they're going to oppress the people. And they concocted this plan with the mark of the beast of Revelation 13 and 16, how they're going to subdue the peoples of the earth. All right, and have everybody here in America swimming in the lake of fire with them. All right. That's one of the most evil plans they concoct outside of making a nuclear bomb. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Who rules the earth right now? The so-called white man, NATO, the EU. All right? They're the elite power on the planet Earth. And they covet fields. That's a niggard. They covet fields, and they take them by violence. What is that but a nigger? What does the definition say? That's a nigger. All right? A meanly covetous and stingy person. They covet fields and say, this is our land. Go back to Africa. like this ain't like the Native Americans went here before you. That's a nigger that thinks like that, that says things like that. A covetous niggard. And they take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's what they've done us. All right? What is your heritage? All right? That's where your legacy comes from. All right? Your heritage is our history. All right? Our heritage is what our forefathers did before us. All right? And our legacy is what we're going to do after them. Okay? And they oppress us in our heritage. All right? They took our laws away from us. They took our way of life away from us. They took our land away from us. All right? Because they are niggers. They are niggards. They fit the description of these definitions. All right? The word niggard and niggardly are etymologically unrelated to the highly offensive and inflammatory racial slur euphemistically, and excuse me if I don't pronounce it right, the English language was put on our people violently. All right? I don't give a fuck if I can't sound out the conqueror's language, the king's English. Fuck the king's English. I want to learn how to speak ancient Paleo-Lashawan Kadesh fluently. What my ancestors spoke before we came here to this God-forsaken place. But it said it's euphemistically referred to as the N-word, okay? Despite the word's visual and auditory resemblance to it, because of the resemblance, however, both niggard and niggardly are often taken to be offensive. But they are offensive, all right? To act niggardly, to treat in a niggardly manner. And the so-called white man, that's what he is. He's a niggard, all right? He's a churl. Let's see what the word churl means. This is a synonym for niggard. Let's see what the word churl goes into. It should say scoundrel. A medieval peasant. That's a so-called white man. A rude, ill-bred person. A stingy, morose person. That's the so-called white man. Let's prove it, okay? Let's prove it. Let's get another precept. This is, who is this talking about? I went the wrong way. This is the book of Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 5. Who is this? Who does this? Also because he transgressive by wine. He transgressive by teaching people his democracy. All right? He transgressive by his history books. They're full of lies. That wine represent lies. What happens when you drink too much wine? You get drunk. All right? So you can't see straight. You can't walk straight. All right? He transgressive by the philosophies he put in the earth, okay? Which are satanic and adverse to the ways of the Most High. He is a proud man. The Lord say he hate the proud. He resists the proud. Neither keepeth at home. Who enlarges his desire as hell. You see? He's a stingy motherfucker. He's never had enough. And is as deaf, all right? Black represents death. And cannot be satisfied. That's a niggard. That's a churl. But gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. And that's what he's going to do when he implements that mark of the beast. All right? He's going to try to chip every human being on the planet Earth and upload you and download you to his system. All right? And he's going to be like he's God. Okay? He's going to be like a demigod. That's what he wants to do. All right? Only a nigger would do that. Would be an enmity with the Most High and try to be like the Most High. All right? The so-called white man is the devil the Bible speak of, and he's a fucking nigger. He's a fucking nigger. All right? So with that, I don't want to rot this out. This was edifying to the hearers. I want to give infinite honors to my Heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to my elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala, Abba Abba.